Hello, my love, and welcome back to Being That Woman. On today's episode, something really raw, crunchy, and very tender for me at the moment, but I know it's going to be really beautiful for any woman who has ever put yourself out there to a man and been rejected or you've been ghosted. My experience of late is that I've been ghosted by 3 different guys, 2 from the organic meeting world, and also one guy that I have had my eye on Instagram for a little while. The shocking part about this, other than these experiences being those nice kind of experiences where you get to kind of know someone and there's a level of depth, which is a little bit different to just dating on Hinge and chatting away and then boom, ghost. Though that actually is also such a huge thing that happens to so many women, where you build up a somewhat emotional connection with someone and give time and energy. But the shocking thing about this experience is that I'm actually at peace with it. And it's not something that would have happened to a past version of me. And that's because the past version of me would have sat in, swam in, what did I do wrong? Why did he ghost me? The piece of it being raw and tender for me right now is in speaking it out, and also because of I'm at peace with it, because I'm in this place where I'm like, oh, I can really see that this rejection is a redirection. And I'm also very, very specific to look at, okay, so what is it in me or about me? What and who am I ghosting? To look at the lesson from a much deeper perspective. But the raw and real tenderness about it is in sharing it out, is in saying, hey, you actually can get to this place where you feel gratitude for being ghosted, for putting yourself out there and being rejected. Because one of the biggest invitations and lessons that I've had of the past month with this experience is that every single person who does something that doesn't necessarily make you feel good or isn't in alignment with your agreement or your commitment, that person is acting of their own accord on them. And every single time someone does something like ghosts us, and we take that personal, then we're essentially creating a limitation about ourselves. We are literally saying that because that person acted that way, I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable. And instead, if we can actually say, oh, this person acted in this certain way, it doesn't make me feel good because we had an arrangement, but that is an invitation for me to be in a space of, oh, thank you. Yes, and thank you. Why? Because that person disqualified themselves. That person is making space for someone who is a yes person, someone who is in integrity, someone who is in alignment. And there's a piece that you have within because you surrender to knowing that. Because the truth is, people are only going to behave the way they behave based on their own feelings towards themselves or their own perspective of you. But it's just a perspective and a perception. So I think one of the things that so many women do is if a man rejects her, she immediately assumes that she's done something wrong, that she's not good looking, that she's not smart enough, that she's not thin enough, that she's not funny enough, like you name it. And if a woman is sitting in that and, hey, this was me, like I said, many moons ago, at some point, this would have really hit me so hard because I would have immediately thought it was on me, that I wasn't good enough. This is the point where you get to snap out, and I say that with so much love because I know it isn't as easy as just snapping out of it, but you get to be in the space of, oh, hold on a second. I've forgotten for a moment in time because of this man's actions. I've forgotten who the fuck I am. And this man and his inaction and or unkind action is actually the flag and the light bulb for me to remember who the fuck I am. Because if his behavior has sent you down a spiral, that spiral was created by you. His behavior was created by him. But if you've made it mean that you're not good enough and you're not worthy, that's not on him, that's on you. No one's coming with an Amazon package to say, hey, here's your self-worth, here's all of your power, here's all your amazing self-talk, here's all of your self-motivation. No one is coming with that package for you. Only you can access that. Only you can create it. So every single time there is a person that does something that you think is about you, when really it's about them, that's you and your work. That is your homework, that is your assignment. And I'm just going to dig a little bit more into why these specific experiences of late have been so profound for me. It's been a little while since I actually met men in person and had an invitation for a coffee, for a date, whatever. The most amazing thing for me is the unattachment that I had to the date in and of itself. I was a yes, I was curious. I was also unattached when they ghosted me. And there's a neutral energy that happens because there's a belief and a trust that whatever and whoever is meant for me will never miss me. So if I know that to be God's truth, my truth, then the rejection or the ghosting is divine. It is part of the grand tapestry of me reconnecting to my worth, to who I am, to land deeper into my body, into my life force, into my fucking zest for myself, and anchoring in my ultimate fucking love for myself. The more times that you get rejected and you realize that every single time, and I'm saying rejected with a real fine line to how I want you to receive that. I want you to start really seeing the rejection as the best thing that has ever happened to you, because it is and it will be. Because every time you see that someone who's rejected you and you're like, oh, maybe that was the person, and you hooked onto him being the person and you fantasized and you made it Disney-fied and you made it mean for a moment in time that maybe this was going to be your person. And I know that so many women do it. I did it. I would walk into a festival and I'd be like, oh, maybe my person's going to be here tonight. And it's almost like the energy of need and anxiety of needing to meet someone would be so online that then I would end up meeting no one, and that there would be no one good looking, and I would be somewhat frustrated and annoyed that I never met anyone. And the more times that you feel the rejection or feel that, oh, I've not met him yet, and you know that you're hooked onto meeting him, the more times that you really sit in that and then realize, oh, but there's something bigger that's playing out here. The guy that ghosted you or rejected you, that guy wasn't your person. That guy was supposed to be for someone else. Or that guy was supposed to be single on his own forever, whatever. But the times that you actually realize every single time and you cement and build the self-belief, that is the point where you start to really start emitting a different frequency. And you go to the festivals and you go to the events and you say yes to the dates and you're unattached because you're living life just fully trusting and loving on yourself, because you know that anyone else's experience or anyone else's behavior has absolutely nothing to do with you and your worth and your value and what is absolutely possible for you in this lifetime. Just like with me, like that there was one particular man who I had an energetic yes towards him, and there was something about him that I had found extremely, extremely interesting. And I kept seeing him around Lisbon. And it was almost like the universe was saying to me, you have got something with this guy that you need to explore. You need to find out. And I kind of felt that for a little while. I was like, God, I keep seeing him everywhere. This is so interesting. And there's an interesting thing that I have towards him. And we never actually met, but I kept seeing him prop up in places, bypassing me. And I'm like, this is so weird. And I fully thought for a moment in time, I'm supposed to go on a date with him, or we're supposed to do business together, or I'm supposed to meet his friends. I honestly went down that whole rabbit hole of what is this? And then I did what I know so many women are scared to do. I went into his DMs and I asked him out for coffee. And he responded saying it would be a pleasure, absolutely, this week or next week. And I'm like, that was so easy. That was too easy. And then I said, cool, I'm away week after next, so this week is good. Didn't hear from him again. Now, that often would be the point where I would be devastated almost. Like, it was meant to be something. It was meant to be something. It was meant to be something. We were surely meant to get married and have kids. This version of me was like, oh, he's not messaged me back. Oh, this week has now turned into next week, and next week has now turned into next month. This is so interesting. And the piece was in not actually the what was that, because it was what it was and it is what it is. The piece and the learning for me in that experience is actually who I became afterwards. What actually happened to me afterwards. And what actually happened to me afterwards was I became that woman that is bold, audacious, sees something that she likes, sees something that she thinks she wants, and goes for it. And just straight in there, would you like coffee? I became that woman that would do that. And do you know what else I realized afterwards is I didn't die in putting myself out there in such a bold, audacious, brave way. And that's the bit where the nervous system starts to learn, oh, we're not fucking around. Playtime is over. We're actually going after what we want, and we're getting really, really bold and brave about it. And there was something that just happened in my system after that. And I can't quite fully explain to you what it was, but I started walking taller. I started holding myself more. I started being way more honest. And I was already honest before, but this is just like new level, new devil, baby. It was really wild to me that then off the back of that experience, I then went and met the two other guys in person, organic, who actually boomeranged and asked me out for a date. Asked me out for coffee. It's the thing about coffee, isn't it? Let's go out for coffee. I don't even fucking drink coffee. But it's so interesting to me that those two experiences tailgated off the back of my big, bold, audacious, fuck yes, move to myself. Because it's all about the energetic and the frequency that you're putting out. Now, I could easily say, well, because these two guys ghosted me, that was a waste of time. But we all know that life is really just a numbers game. And the point is, if you're playing not to lose, you're always gonna lose. Because you're playing with an attachment. Like, oh, I've got to meet a man, because if I don't meet a man, then I'm not worthy, and life is terrible, life is boring, life is pointless, and I'm going to be the one left on the shelf. That, you're playing dating to lose if you're going into it with that energetic. But if you're playing to win, knowing that you already fucking won, because you already fucking love yourself, and you're already fucking secure, and you're already fucking yes to yourself, and you're already confident, because you will do bold, audacious moves in dating and outside of dating, then you're already winning and you're attracting. So even if the guys that come your way are the guys that are going to ghost you, it's cool, because you're playing the game of life, and it's not to get a man. It's not to be with a man. It's not to be in a relationship with a man. It's just because it's a fucking fun game. I mean, life is really fucking interesting. Men are really interesting. Dating is really interesting, you know? And if you can come at it from such a sense of, oh, I'm in this so flowy and so unattached and so connected to learning and to evolving and to growing, I mean, you're already winning because you're already having a fucking great time. And isn't that what life is about? Isn't life about having a good time? And I really, really just want to challenge you to see how fun you can make rejection. How inspired can you be by what you learn about who you are and who you become in the process of being rejected? And as an added layer on top of that, I challenge you to just be really bold and audacious about what and who you want. I know that there are so many women out there that, not dissimilar to me, have a somewhat attraction towards one man in their life, and maybe that is someone that they already know they are, quote unquote, in love with or have unrequited love towards. I know that a lot of single women have that. And if you are one of those women, then I'm going to challenge you to just put your heart on the table and just speak your truth and say what it is that you really, really want. Hey, I find you really attractive. I am sensing some chemistry from my side and I'm curious to exploring it. Are you curious to going out for a coffee with me? Just see where it goes. And if that guy says, hey, you know what, I just see you as a friend, or I just see you as a colleague, or I'm just not interested in any woman like that right now, awesome. You still get to be that woman that put yourself out there. You still get to be the woman that asks for what she wants. And you have your answer. Because so many women sit in, oh, I wonder if he likes me. I wonder if he actually really likes me. I wonder if he'd be into me. I wonder if he finds me attractive. I wonder if there is something. I wonder if that feeling that I have, I wonder if that's two ways. So many women sit in that and you don't ever fully get your answer. So I'm challenging you to just go and get your answer. And if the answer isn't something that you want and you are rejected, fucking celebrate it. Awesome. The fun is beginning. You now get to go be the woman that boldly asks for what and who she wants. And then you get to go and put that energy into spaces and places and see what happens with the game. See what boomerangs back out to you. And I just want to side note to this. Your shit is still going to come up. Like, full transparency, I was like, oh, is it me? Did he look at my profile? Did he look at my pictures? Did he listen to one of my videos and not like what he saw? Maybe he did. Maybe he did look at my pictures. Maybe he did look at my videos. Maybe he didn't like what he saw. That's cool. He clearly has a different flavor. I'm not that flavor. I am someone else's flavor. Most importantly, I am my flavor. I like my flavor. And I think that's the bit that I really want to drill home for you, because the more that you want other people to like, love, approve, accept of you, the more that you'll be hooked on them having to give you the validation all the time. And the truth is, the only person that you should be at all preoccupied with what they think of you is you. So my love, I hope that this lit something up inside of you. I hope that you go and take the challenge and be audacious and bold and brave and really start to reframe the rejection and see it as a wonderful redirection for yourself. And I, of course, would love a 5-star review, a comment, and please connect with me on Instagram so that I know that you're with me on this journey.